Hi everyone, in this short video we're going to look at how you can use AI to generate your own interactive writing questions that you can use to help your students practice for the Duolingo English Test. Before we look at any AI though, let's briefly look at interactive writing and familiarize ourselves with the question type. So this question's a little bit unusual in that it's a writing question, but it's got two parts. So the first part is pretty typical for a writing question. You get a prompt that looks something like this. So their example here is, think about something you've made with your own hands, describe the experience and the results. Okay, so that's the first part of the question. Test takers have 5 minutes to answer that. And then afterwards, they get a follow-up question. And this follow-up question is based on the content of what's written here. Of what's written down here. So in other words, there are, I guess, a pool or a little bank maybe of follow-up questions which test takers could be asked, and the AI on the test will select one which I suppose maybe contrasts with what they've written in the first half. Okay, so that's the background to the question. So what this means is that if you want to create your own interactive writing questions, of course, you'll need some of these main questions, but you'll need a lot more of these follow-up questions because, of course, for every main question, you'll have several of these follow-ups. All right, so I've got ChatGPT open here, and I'm going to paste a prompt in here for us to create some interactive writing questions. Now, I like to create these in pairs, 2 at a time. And the reason for that is because some of these questions are narrative, some are argumentative. So if you ask for both at once, then you don't have to worry about getting more of one than the other. Okay, so these details here about what is argumentative or what's narrative come from a technical paper about the interactive writing. And we've got here, some details of what should be in the main question. And then also we ask it to identify themes and write follow-up prompts for these themes. So again, this is the same process that Duolingo go through when they're creating these. I've also said that these should be appropriate for B1 level students. Of course, the reason for that is that if the prompts are too difficult, then a lot of people won't be able to answer them, and that'll make them very challenging. And at the end here, we've got this little review for fairness and bias. Now, what Duolingo do is they don't get AI to do this. They do this themselves, or people do this, I should say, rather than AI. But of course, you might not have the resources to be able to do that. Okay, and then at the very end, I've got an example of some output here with a main prompt and some follow-up. So I've included 5. Of course, you could have more than that. It's up to you. So let's click OK and see what we get. All right, so it's come up with the first one is a narrative question. We've got this main prompt, a time you overcame a challenge. And then the follow-up prompts are the steps we took, anyone who helped you, what did you learn, etc. And then we've got an argumentative question here about wearing school uniforms. And then we've got some follow-ups here, the benefits and drawbacks, how do they affect behavior, etc., etc. So there you go. That's a way that you can create your own interactive writing questions using AI.